Beep, 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 beep. Well, I run what I call Extreme Vocal Institute, and it's a school for both rock and then metal vocals for different singers of different levels. Either if it's people on tour trying to refine their voices, trying to figure out how to get things to connect properly again, or people just starting out. When you listen to the music, everything seems so in your face all the time that one would think you need to just give it everything you have and just throw your whole voice and body into it, when really intensity and volume are not the same thing. You can have sound with depth and size and intensity without it necessarily being that loud comparatively to what one might think it needs to be. Being able to run around a little bit more, relaxing things even further, stretching out, and then working on getting different parts of the voice and different parts of the throat involved. So it's been used in lots of different contexts, in lots of different kinds of music, and I've found a lot of overtone play is used in Mongolian throat singing. The way that the vocal cords and the other mechanisms involved vibrate and resonate is similar to that of Mongolian throat singing to screaming. So I've kind of borrowed from those things as well, kind of taking from other aspects of music and being able to see what that does to distort the voice and see how that just happens to work really well sonically with more distorted instruments. Very relaxed movement. A, E, I, O, U. Manipulation. Getting a multitude of different sounds.
Did you kind of blunder your way into this? Did you make a lot of mistakes? What did you learn on the way?
I've made a lot of mistakes.
Did you ever have times where you just couldn't speak for a week after singing? And
Thankfully, I've never messed up to the point where I've done any damage to myself, which is a very fortunate and a very lucky thing. And that's not always the case with people, because a lot of people will push and overdo it to the point where they do feel that damage. And they will have those times where they're not able to vocalize, able to sing, able to speak for brief periods of time. And that's kind of the danger of this style of vocal. While now that there are people doing more research on this, like myself, and trying to make sure that there are people that are educated in this, and that the newer bands coming out know more about this vocal moving forward so that they can have more longevity than some have vocally, it's still very easy to unbalance the process and then pinch a little too hard, push too hard, force something, and do that for long enough where you may end up with temporary or lasting damage. I think it's important for people to know that it's okay to ask for help is a big one, because like I've mentioned, most people in the world of metal music don't feel comfortable talking about their own voices or talking about how specifically they do what they do or trying to expand on their abilities because people aren't so sure about what exactly is going on. Which is why I'm trying to create as comfortable and as open and welcoming an atmosphere as I can as possible here. So for the people, anybody watching this or anybody who's kind of questioning their own ability, seek answers and seek information and seek places where you can start to develop and learn more about yourself and get yourself to where you want to be.